And what in heaven's name brought you to Casablanca?
My health. I came to Casablanca for the waters.
The waters? What waters? We're in the desert.
I was misinformed.
He taught me, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
You're tearing me apart!
What?
You say one thing, he says another, and everybody changes back again!
It's the Al Travis Show. We've got him. Jack Zimmerman on the program. Jack, how you doing, my friend?
Al, how you doing today?
I'm kind of super excited. I know we're kind of living your dream, but I'm looking at 45 degrees today down here and 50 tomorrow in January. I know! I'm looking at having a cigar in the garage with the door open in January. I'm like, yeah.
Al, I don't want to make you feel bad or anything, but down here in South Texas, it's been in the 80s, and we had a little cold streak come through. It got down to 55 the other night, and it got a little chilly.
I do not want to hear that. You are correct. That is not what I wanted to hear today. All right. Well, congratulations. You're down in Texas doing what?
Hunting down here.
Oh, that's right.
You're speaking to the new president of Ranching for Heroes. It's a veteran nonprofit down here, and we're going to get veterans into the outdoors. And there's a lot of different things that we got going on down here. We do, everything, especially doves, hogs, deer, you name it. This nonprofit's brand new, and we're just getting up and running.
Is it for Texans and veterans or around the country?
Al, the number of veterans that have killed themselves every single day is still 22. For the last 15 years at least, it's been 22 veterans a day that killed themselves. And we continue to do the same things over and over again, thinking that we're going to get a different result. And I've never seen anybody out in the field hunting with a frown on their face. Everybody is out here having a good time, smiling, and having the best time of their life. And this is the things that guys need to be doing, not obviously therapy and things like that are very important as well, but things like this, the chance to get away and reset, this is key.
Fair enough. And it's ranching for what?
Ranching for Heroes.
Great. Let's talk about it as we go along. You just started. We'll do that. Did you happen to watch any football yesterday?
Oh,
I think this was the best weekend of football the NFL's put on in like forever.
Years. Yeah. Every game was so good. Nothing was a blowout. There was no Patrick Mahomes involved in any of it. It was great.
So many good things going on there. No Patrick Mahomes. I love that.
Did you stay up late enough to watch that Packer game?
I feel horrible about this. Okay. Truth in advertising. I got all mad at, was it not Paramount Plus, Prime. Amazon Prime gets this game. Stop it, NFL. You make enough money. I don't have to have enough. I'm out in the garage, want to have a cigar to watch this game, and all of a sudden I find out it's on Prime. I don't have Prime out in the garage, so then I got to get a hold of 3 of my kids and my wife and find out what the super secret super code is so I can put it in and get the thing downloaded. Anyway, I get it all set up, and I'm getting to watch the game. Now, I'm really mad that they actually did this to me, but I did. And then it was 21-3 at half, something like that.
It was bad.
And this game looked over. Chicago looked just crappy as crap could be. So I turned it off. I turned it back on, and I think it was 21-6 going into the fourth, and I'm like, this thing's over. I turned it off, Jack. I felt horrible. How do you get 25 points in a quarter? Did you stay up? How do you get to 25?
And it's so hard to watch the Packers winning, too. So, like, trying to keep the TV on with the Packers. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a Bears fan by any means, but if I am gonna give my top team that I dislike in the NFL, it's for sure the Packers. You know what I mean? My whole life, I've not liked the Packers, and then the Bears and the Lions tied for second. You know what I mean? That's just how I grew up, and been that way my whole life. And I was hoping the game was gonna end in a tie somehow, and they were both gonna lose, but it ended up being that it was one of the best fourth quarters of football I've ever seen, and watching those comebacks, every game out came down to the last drive this weekend.
The games are fantastic. Put an exclamation point on the Packer game. How upset is Packer Nation today? You're sitting like Al saying, it's done, we've got it. You're having your victory cigar in your garage. Your buddies and you are having an extra beverage you shouldn't have had because that's what people do over there. And all of a sudden you watch this thing just fall apart in front of your eyes. This is crushing.
This
Which
is,
I'm not.
it was devastating. How about that Jacksonville Jaguars?
Unbelievable.
I mean, that came right down there. Josh Allen, did you see how far they carried him at the end? In that one of those last plays, this lineman carried him like 6 yards all the way down to the goal line. It was just
and
a fun game.
it was a good deal for them. I mean, it was for folks who didn't watch. He had one of them tush pushes to gain a couple yards, fourth down, game on the line. He not only gets the push, and they push him so far, they push him to almost the end zone. They had a touchdown.
They called a touchdown.
It was better for them that it was not. More time off the clock and the rest. That was a phenomenal game. And I picked them, believe it or not, because I think he was the best quarterback, and I still do. Now, he got nicked up. He had hand injury, an arm injury, something. I mean, he was nicked and done, but that's a quarterback. I like the Bills.
Yeah, and then the 49ers, I mean, they really put it on the Eagles. I mean, defending champs.
That was a great
good
game.
I think the 49ers are going to be the team to beat after watching that. And then to watch L.A., they almost lost too.
See, that the L.A. game was interesting to me because Panthers, a below 500 team, get in as the head of, they get a home game, for God's sakes. And, yeah, the Rams should have walked all over them, but the Panthers weren't that bad. Now, maybe the Rams weren't playing, I don't know what it was. Either the Rams didn't play the way they should have, or the Panthers just outpunted their coverage because it should never have been that close. But now, what do you think of Seahawks and Broncos? They basically got to sit people the last week, and now they have the bye week. Are you concerned they'd be rusty? But aren't those the two to beat in each of those divisions?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the Sam Darnold's not proven. I mean, he's never really taken a team deep into the playoffs and done anything with it. Maybe this year's different,
Quick timeout here, quick timeout. But he has had 2 14-game winning seasons back-to-back with 2 different teams. I think Sam Darnold was it. You want to call him a chokester. I would like to have our guy, JJ, in this position with the ability to choke in first place, but we're not.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that the Broncos, they look pretty solid. That Bo Nix, man, that guy's a baller.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but back to the football. It was fantastic. I'll ask your prediction tonight. I've got all 5 games we played so far right. It's the Texans against the Steelers. I can't vote for Aaron Rodgers. I'm rooting for the upset. Well, it wasn't really an upset. Texas is 5. Steelers are 4th, but the money's on Houston with 3 points. I'm taking Texas. I want him to beat Aaron Rodgers and get him out. Your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. Same. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers needs to go. And Straub, former Alabama quarterback, Al, that's why I got to root for him,
Okay.
That's why I cheer for Bryce Young, too. I like those Alabama quarterbacks.
Let me ask you this, though. Aaron Rodgers become a free agent and Minnesota picks him up. Could you handle that? It's the Brett Favre thing all over. He comes in, he gets us into the playoffs and screws it up for us. I cannot root for an ex-Packer. I couldn't root for Aaron Rodgers if he was my own quarterback.
I hope that we can figure out a way to get Joe Burrow to Minnesota.
Oh, wow. There you go. That would be... okay.
Justin Jefferson, they both won a national championship together down at LSU. I think that there's some... I think could see Justin Jefferson pulling some strings to get Joe Burrow to Minnesota.
And then you instantly put him in at first, and you got JJ as a backup. Take another year to get healthy and figure out what's going on. That's not a bad call. We got to fly. We'll be back to this. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, Jack. I have to imagine even in Texas, you've seen what's happened up here in Minnesota in the last week. I'd love to get your perspective on it as an ex-Army guy. We'll talk about that right after this with Jack Zimmerman.
You need a friend at the Capitol who knows how to get things done.
And you're in luck because that's exactly who we are, your friends at the Capitol, and we deliver results.
At Momentum Advocacy, we bring decades of experience in lobbying, public affairs, and crisis communications.
From local nonprofits to national corporations, we help you move policy, manage your media, and make your voice heard.
We're not just seasoned pros, we're essential partners.
Momentum Advocacy, your friends at the Capitol. Learn more at momentum-advocacy.com.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try something different. Put out the perfect barbecue flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. Add it to your ribs, dip the meatballs, or drench your wings in the original flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. It isn't too hot or spicy, fruity or smoky or whatever. Grandpa's Barbecue. Available in select stores and online at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
that knows a guy, Al Travis.
We know him. He's Jack Zimmerman, highly trained Army professional. I'd like to get his opinion on what happened up here in Minnesota in the last week with the shootings in Minneapolis, the shooting of Renee Good by the ICE agent. Jack, my brilliant analysis comes down to this. You see the guy walk around the entire car. It is my opinion he's taking video to put evidence in that this is what we did to move this car. The car was sitting there 3-4 minutes, and the other agents came out to get her out of the car and move this thing. They were done. So I think he was there to film it for posterity's sake. He's shooting all the way around. I think it was the same thing that Renee's wife was doing when she exited the vehicle. Now, for evidence, I think it was probably going to be a video of some sort. Fine. Everyone's doing that. I don't think there was an issue in the 42-second video for the first 36 seconds. Was 6 seconds before the shot rang out. This is just Al's analysis. I went back and forth a million times. 6 seconds before the shot went off, you hear the first agent saying, "Get out of the car." Now, they were close to their car and walking, "Get out of the car." And they yelled that 2 or 3 times. By the time they got to the car door, she puts it in reverse. And this was with 4 seconds ago. It goes back for a second or so. She then puts it into gear. The front wheels spin, the engine revs, and this guy, the first cop, is trying to open the door. All this in a couple seconds. It was 2 seconds before the shot fired that went from put it in gear, it revs, and it moves forward. You've been trained. I did some training 100 years ago. You don't draw your firearm for funsies' sake. You're not going to shoot a warning shot. You're not going to try to shoot a tire out. You're not trained to shoot people in the leg to immobilize them. When you do that, you shoot to kill somebody. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that situation. I presume when you were out in Afghanistan, that's exactly what you were doing. You would have seconds to decide what you're going to do. Give me your thoughts on my analysis of what was that going on there, and how do you process that?
Yeah, it's an awful situation all around. I want to say that I'm viewing it from a point of compassion. I'm trying to see it from everybody's side of view.
There you go.
And I don't think people understand what it's like to feel like somebody is potentially going to take your life and what that does to the psychology of your thought process.
Yep.
Your mind immediately goes to trying to stop the threat from hurting anybody else, possibly, to making sure that everybody gets out of that situation in the best possible way. I know for a fact that that guy did not want to be put in that situation that day. I think the frustrating part for me is, Al, is I can see the compassion of why people don't want the ICE officers around. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I feel like they need to have the compassion as well, that we feel like somebody is in our house and not welcome in our house right now. We don't know who they are or what they're doing or what their intentions are, and these people are out there risking their lives to try to make your community safer. If you don't like the way and the things that they're doing and the reasons that they're doing it, the thing to do is not to go interfere with a man that is, or woman that is out there trying to enforce the law, that they raised their right hand and swore that they were going to take an oath to support and defend the Constitution and to follow all lawful orders. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're just following lawful orders, and I feel like they're being harassed for no reason, when the reason that if you're going to go protest and you're going to go, you want real change, those cops cannot change the law. All that they can do is enforce the law. If you don't like what they're doing, you need to go to your state representatives and your federal representatives, lobby them to change the law if you don't like it. And also, you have to look at the other side of the coin. Just because you don't feel like what they're doing is right doesn't mean that you should have the right to go out and stop them, because there's another half of the country that may have voted a different way that does want this change. And you have to look at that as well, that maybe your opinion isn't just the almighty opinion, and maybe somebody has a different one, and that's why we have elections, you know?
I don't disagree. I would say that it puts, if let's say I believe that the Renee Good side is correct, These are horrible thugs doing terrible things to my neighbors. And let's say I honestly, in my heart, believe that. By inserting yourself, I mean, you have the right to protest. You can have signs and whistles and yell terrible things at cops. You could stand on the side of the road and did what is allowed to do. But once you inserted yourself into this and you believe they're armed thugs doing bad things, did she just prove her point? Is that what we're going? You know what I'm saying? I'm missing something here. If that's what you thoroughly believe, what were you doing? You went with a car and thought I'd show. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand the outcome they were hoping for in that situation. I like your thought about go find the people who vote this stuff. Go figure it out, because the laws are on the books. You don't like them, get them changed. You don't like ICE. Go get people that'll run that'll say I'll abolish ICE. And we'll let these, like, I like your analysis that some of us feel that there are people in our homes that we don't know who they are or why they're here. And I like that analysis, and these guys are here to get rid of that. No one should have been shot and killed that day, but I think there's a whole lot of factors. And back to the shots you're willing or not willing to take in Afghanistan, 2 seconds is not a lot of time. You'll agree with me on that, right?
100%. And what I pray for every night is that we can find peace in this. I don't want to see any more violence. I don't want to see any other of my fellow country people get hurt for any reason at all. And I hope that we can have a conversation without screaming and fighting and everything else, and we can come to a agreement of we have a beautiful country full of amazing people that want to have really good lives, and other people want to partake in that process. And at the end of the day, we have so much to be grateful for. We have so much to be thankful for. We have food on our tables. We have clean running water. We have plumbing. We have electricity. We have things that no other generation has ever seen before we have. I mean, we have satellite internet. I mean, we have so many reasons to be happy, Al. We have so many reasons to be thankful and grateful. And I think that during times like this, we can let things like our social media feed and other things distract us so bad into thinking that where we are is so bad and so awful that we become blinded and we can't appreciate the real true things around us that are great.
I appreciated that. At that, and if I can jump on because it was well said, is that even those who disagree with us, we probably agree on more things than not. And at some point, we need to agree to disagree and be civil about it, not hate our neighbors. Jack, I appreciate you a ton, my friend. I'm out of time. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Al. I appreciate you.
Jack Zimmerman, The Al Travis Show.
Think about it. Now that school's back in session, how are Minnesota students